Hello Blender folks, welcome and welcome back. I'm Pxy-VERSE and this is another session of Day-by-Day The Forge. So, this may not be a very long stream today. Let's start some soundtrack here. I've put it already on shuffle randomization, but this will be the first one. I prefer this one to start with. And now, yes, so yesterday I was looking for a solution for the automation of the arcades, teeth, gums of the melt interior. Another thing that I may be able to do here, maybe why not today, something mesh related. It exists in the universal sonic mount rig. It is the mount, you cannot write with the glove, mount interior mesh as so yes, this might be useful because I need to find a solution for the inside, right? Those back faces will never do it, even with low light, I think, unless I had the solution something, I don't know, let's say if I get something like, I thought about solidify, but I don't think it works like this way, right? Yeah, like solidifying. Let's just try. I never tried that, so it would be better if I just hide this and let's see what happens. Generate, solidify, and I'm not even sure what's happening. Yeah, nothing seems to happen. Maybe it's because it's... Yeah, so I'm not sure about the interaction, but this shouldn't be the way to go, right? Anyways, it's not a problem because... Oh, I was doing it on the wrong object. I have to load that, so solidify. Let's push that. Okay, so we see there that the mesh inside is... Yeah, it can be at the end. Yeah, it's solidifying inwards. Not outwards, like inside. And but yeah, it will solidify with the same mesh, and that won't solve anything regarding the and will create a lot of crazy artifacts, right? So certainly, unless I could solidify just a certain part of the mesh, but still, then material offset. Maybe I could create. Yeah, I don't know how to use this stuff, so I'm gonna ignore this. Let's go for the conventional ways, or ways that are more we know that should work. So I still have that problem, but I found the automation solution at least. So what I did was the following, folks. So this is extremely interesting, so I'm gonna share here. Maybe someone be watching and find it interesting. Anyways, later I may want to make a tutorial about that. So here, these are the arcade structures for the right, and top and bottom. And okay, this we already know, so it carries everything, but yeah, we have some problem there. I have to check that. But then this particular bone here, which is a control bone for the side lip, it can control the arcades. However, as you see, it is pushing these bones to move. So this, I should change this, the names of this. This shrink wrap I ignore for now. So this, let's go for a mouth side. Yeah, so no, actually this is the lip up. No, this is some, how to call this? Yeah, I could call all that, but that should be too much, but still it's diagonal. Yeah, I can leave like that just to, so what it does, no, this is, wait, I think I have something wrong here. Yeah, it is working, but maybe I target the wrong bone. Hold on. So basically, the parenting is like this. This bone, nothing is parented to it. So it's just a, but it is parent to the main bone there, master mouth position. So nothing is crossing these bones in terms of parenting. However, it still carries some other bones thanks to bone constraints. So this is a separation, is a split of the rig, so that allows me, for example, to have this carries both lips and arcades, this only arcades, and these only lips. So would there be another way to achieve that? Let me think. So they are both parented, but one only moves the lips and the other only arcade. So, but both are parented, right? But to different bones. Right? This one is, oh, these ones are slightly different than the side ones. Yeah, because the side ones, they go directly parent to that, and these ones directly parent to an intermediary bone. So yeah, so these tweak bones here, or handle bones, they are, I can pose them still manually, they are not locked in space, but in place, but I can here I have some controls to settle, but here, so maybe here I made something wrong. I targeted the same, yeah, I target the same bone. So basically this should target this bone here, which is it is doing, and this one should target this one, Dex warp. So this is a little mistake. Yes, so now this is more accurate. So what's this contraption? Think with me here. These bones here, yeah, it's hard to visualize. So we have deformed bones, deaf lips, right? So the red and orange, so deaf lips, which has this rest position. So one here for the top, one here for the bottom. But then we have another layer which has the tweak lips. and the twig lips are warpers. They map the rest pose that I want, the rest position, the rest pose for these deformed bones. So as soon as I go on pose mode, the deformed bones of the lips, which start here according to the rest position of the mesh, right? And they are wave painting are equivalent, right? Their vertex groups wave paint equivalent is on these regions, right? Can we check this? Now I would need to be on, to do that I'll need to use the rest pose, and then wave paint mode, and then here. So you see these def bones, and these are twig bones, they don't have, so we have still these ones here, and the twig is, so here the deformed bones, and they're respectively. So the middle ones, the top and bottom, they start exactly in the same, so they are not repositioning. However, let's go back to the pose position. However, I wanted these deformed bones for the side to be repositioning. So this is arbitrary, it's like a personal choice, because I don't like to reset my pose and have it always on this position. So I didn't want, so this, I'm following the instruction of the Universal Sonic Mouth Rig tutorial documentation, you can find it in Blender Artist Forum. So because the wider mouth in a very regular shape of the lips, it doesn't sound very regular now, but this is just because, see, here is the real mesh without shape key. So it's very regular mesh, and here the mesh of the lips has shape already, but I can disable. Oh, this is not a corrective shape key, this is what I call an anatomic shape key. So it just for the lips, it will morph the lips in from a regular shape to a more anatomical shape for the character design. So that bypasses the skinning algorithm. In this case, with this off, this will be linear blend skinning. So that will make the rig of the mouth more natural. So the twig bones, let's continue. So the twig bones, which I can pose here, right? They are carrying through parent. Yeah, this is parent to the twig bone, but not only parent. The parent is just for organization, but it is carrying through a real copy transforms total stuff, pose space, not word space, because I want precision. If I rescale the armature, this will follow up, right, correctly, proportionally. It won't stick in word space, so this is pose space is better, so it will warp. So this is why dex, this is deform, right, def. So def warp, because it will warp to this one. So they have similar names. The one is twig map lip, and the other is warp lip, and yeah, up side left, yeah. And so same for here. So this will be the dex bone, deform bone. It will warp here, and this one will warp here. So I've already set these rest positions for the twig bones, right? And as those twig bones, I can pose them, but I cannot pose the deformed bones. However, if I wanted the control mouth, and now this is the very tricky, not too hard, but I had to figure it out. The solution that I found out was that I want that the arcades, which come from a different hierarchy, right? They are separate, they have their own... Where's the... Wait. Where are the... Oh, control arcades. Okay, for some reason these are here. So these are... okay, so they are all parented here. And this doesn't follow the leap here, the control melt up. It goes parented to these teal ones, which are the... This carry everything for the top, and this everything from the bottom. So this is parity. So arcades and leaps, but they don't carry the... yeah, even the control here. And this carries everything, because these are parent to this, and even this one, the side controllers, they don't have the parenting to here, so I don't have side ones for this, so this goes directly to here. I could have side for this, but I didn't find any use currently. We don't have side arcades, so this is this is more about up and down stuff. So I need to symmetrize the system and complete it. I've just made for this bone. So the trick is many problems here. So you have this warping system. I would like that, and as you see, the arcades already start in some... we don't see very well, but here you see, yeah, you see them. Let's look in this way. Okay, the arcades already are expanded sideways, just like the mouth. But I want, so you see the bones here, the armature the skeleton follows, right? So this will be the shape of the arcades. I'll see better if I were to... yeah, but this is rest position, right? Rest pose would be this. So okay, so I would like to have the same... let's reset here. Pose position. So I would like that same as the leaps, the arcades also warped. So I did that by having these tweak bones. This is offset just because of the... say just custom shape. But the bone is there, this control bone for the side lid. So the first thing is this bone, it gets a copy transforms before original at maximum to the deform. This one, the one that is warping, not the tweak. Why? Because the tweak stays in place. So this needs to warp just like this. So instead of making a tweak for this whole structure again, like I did for the lips, another sort of layer of control of tweak bones for this, for the arcade, I just reuse these positionings. So local space with on orientation, local space, so just very simple stuff, maximum. So it will just copy transforms here. It didn't rotate because I believe I used that. No. So I'm not sure why this is not rotating. Well, it's because this didn't suffer rotations, right? If this were maybe pose space, then yes, it would have been rotated. Yeah, sounds like it, but it's hard to visualize that. This disruption, of course, we're gonna dismantle. So it's just local space with on orientation and local space. All right. So what it means is that it will follow the deform bone, which is locked because of this full copy transformed on replace. So it is just following the tweak lip. So I can pose the lip alone right? This bone is not parented to the twig, it's parented to its own system. So I can still pose the lip individually, but this bone is warping to the deform. But as the deform is moving for the lip here, you see the corner of the lip is moving, but this bone is still not, it's not changing because this is a movement by okay, this is parented to the twig and it is bone constrained to the twig. So if I take off this, I can, it still moves because of the parenting, but you see that doesn't follow anyways, unless I posed it individually. So it doesn't respond to neither of this pathing of motion. It doesn't respond to the parenting, nor to the you see, so the bone constraint here just responds to when I move this bone not by its own, but by, well, it only responded when I posed that bone individually or when that bone moved by this bone constraint. So this is very bizarre, but that's how Blender interprets that. So that trick allows me to do this, and then still I have another copy transforms that goes for the control. So control melt left, yeah. And here I could go dex lip, yeah, let's do that. So yeah, maybe it doesn't matter here, it's just for me to know their difference. These names won't even get symmetrized, I have to fix them manually. And the shrink wrap is interior shrink wrap, so this is optional. It's just to prevent this sort of intersection. So if I enable this, it will remain behind a mesh that is invisible, muzzle ghost dynamic, but this value is too small. So you see, as it goes in the end, the shrink wrap, it doesn't interfere, so I can leave it on. All the other shrink wraps, they are the same. I just disable that to avoid some problems as I was building, finding the setup. So you see, this controls this bone, and this is the only control here that I have. Well, maybe not the only control, but this is the control that I have that allows me to shape the lips at the same time as the arcades. So I can still tweak the lips or the arcades individually, and then I can tweak them simultaneously. We don't see here because of course the mesh, but if we were behind, you'll see that the arcades are deforming, so they are moving along with that control. And what is that moving there? I don't see. This is, yeah, because I haven't finished this rig, so this setup. So this is what is working here. Let's go back here. So I already found the alternative. So I'm gonna so today day 9. This is BPB P OPQ. I think that's, yeah. So here is melt automation, yeah, because we're gonna, so I'm gonna fix this, complete the rig here. So these are set. I could already, yeah, so let's change here now. So this is the dex warp leap up left, should be this one. And this one should be side. Yeah, so there's a different name here. Yeah, side. So this is left, but it's not side. So this is, it's confusing, but I should find a better naming at some point. But let's see. Okay, so this doing the same. It's the same idea, but now using this a different deform bone. So now I can change the lip here, and let's also pick this name here and change here the copy transforms name to here. This seems all correct. It's the same. Maybe I could make a different thing here, but I think that's fine. So it will change this, right? It will shrink the arcades to follow up, just as it in the same amount as the deform lips, the dex lips, they are moving inside, right? So that's a cool thing. So it's very proportional to what's happening below, right? From the arcades in relation to the lips. Then still something needs to be checked here. So here I need to use, so the control mount again. Let's get this value here, the value of this. And here I put some sort of arbiter, so those things are not, incredibly, these copy transforms in these settings, they are not eradicating each other, they are accumulating, but this one goes first. So first the warping, right? First the warping, and then I can do that because of the second one. This is still moving, but this is because of I think another thing that I need to revise, which is maybe not necessary, but so the value here is less, but I can augment to the maximum, and it's not a good idea, I think. So let's leave it on a lower value. And then finally the shrink wrap, which is the same thing, that this is snap mode inside, so this will be inside this muzzle ghost match, which mimics the muzzle of the face here, the muzzle, this face, right, lower face region, mesh region. So this is very low value but distance, so maybe I could augment that, but I would augment for all of them. So this is to avoid clipping, or actually, to be more precise, intersection they call in Blender, right? The way I confirm that is that in this mesh edit mode overlays, so overlays for the mesh, there is intersection analysis, so mesh analysis, intersect. So we can analyze, even in real time, if we make an animation, we can analyze intersection in real time in an animation. So anyways, just to show that curiosity. And then, alright, let's continue here. So I've completed, yeah, just improve those things. Then I should do for the lower ones, but first I need to check what's going on here. So this one, what's click arcade up. Okay, so apparently this is okay, this is click arcade up. No, this is for Yeah, why it has a transforms here? It moves more than it needs, so it's already parented to it anyways. Yeah, you see this line below. This is useless. I don't think this is required. I made that so it's like a double transform, right? But it's, yeah, this sounds useless to me, to be fair. The parenting should be enough. This is risky, right? So the main idea to, I don't even know why I did that, maybe, but this sounds good enough. So this is for both. So just in case I wanted to make some change there, this is why I have this. So this is a master tweak. So and this one has, let's see, let's save here. So this one has a copy transform to mount side. Oh, that's it. Okay, so this, I can push the middle with this one. I'm not sure this is a good idea, but if I don't have this, so it stays in place. So the problem is that I push it, everything goes together, so it's like everything gets more motion. So there is a problem doing that. You see, things will move more than they need. So here I'm not sure what will be best, but it sounds clear to me that if I have this on, everything will be pushed there, and maybe this is bad. Every time this thing will double transforms. So maybe I could perhaps push this one though, so maybe I could have, for example, I could try to, yeah, not this one, but maybe these ones. So let's just Control C that and copy. This is copy attributes add-on, it's inbuilt. Soon we'll not be talking about add-ons anymore, we'll be talking about extensions, if anyone remembers. So let's shrink wrap in this case, always after. Then this one, yeah, that's too much. So the idea here is just to have a very subtle motion, just, yeah, so we have something deforming there that should be okay. Yeah, so it's like compressing the mesh of the tooth, which sounds okay. It's affecting a little the other side, so it's not too bad, but just some, I think that's good enough for me. Let's now do the same here, but for the bones on the low ridge. So this will be very simple. I just have to so this one is for the decks, so this won't change, except that I will wait, maybe I can get the entire here. Yeah, whatever, let's get the entire, it's simpler to the real name of the bones, right? So here they got that, so this we know already is this same settings there. Yes, and then we have a control, the shrink wrap, I think, yeah, is the same. So I just need this control mount, so it's the same bone. So here I can totally copy the same amount. I'm not sure if that will be the case, but we'll check. So now we see it's warping and it is controlled. So I think that should be good, but I cannot assess here very easy. I'll ignore the assessment right now. I'll assume this is good enough. Then I'm gonna save. Also here I'm going to change the tweak, not yet, let's push that here. Yeah, this is the same, that's fine. Then for this one, I'm gonna pick this. Yeah, so just a different lip, so just change that. So I'm gonna copy that one here, right? And the setting is the same, so let's shrink wrap in the end is the same. So this, I know, yeah, I just solved that. It's the same thing, but it lacks this one. So I'll give it the same proportion, the same setting, and but it needs to go here. Then for this one, the last one, copy transforms. What is that? Okay, control mouth left. Yes, let's take all that, and we want, yeah, this that and these values. Let's copy this and paste there, and all the rest is the same. So there we go. And I think it's okay. We already see what it does to the mesh in this case of the tooth, so that's fine. Now with this I can totally get these quick bones to symmetrize. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's only these ones, I think. So symmetrize, and now we got system working for. Okay, so something is happening that this wasn't. Okay, so these names are still wrong, but inspection here, I think something failed. Yeah, so there's something about the symmetrization that is looking to be inverted. No, it's not that. This shouldn't be moving the other side, but it's just happening for the bottom one. So this probably is using the. These are just the names, so this shouldn't. Yeah, I shouldn't, because Blender doesn't automate these ones. Let's just erase these ones. It will just make these things more complicated. Alright, let's check if that is. No, there's still need to solve. Then the other side, yes, so this left, no, we don't want these namings. So when I symmetrize, these names won't be, I won't have to bother with those names. This is what really matters. So just gotta get used to these things. And the last one here. Alright, so now I need to check what's going on. So this apparently Dex warp left, so this is correct and this is correct. So is it possible that this one, sure, yes, so I see it's this thing. So they have some older bone constraints, the middle ones, right, the big ones, that Okay, so now everything is... So I did that as a plan to have some sort of... Yeah, for the automation. So you see that some things here can be problematic. And I'll have to investigate what to do about that. This mesh is a new mesh, so this shouldn't be occurring. So how to... So that will be more complicated to work with, but it's part of the universal sonic node rig problematics, common issues. So I need just to try to... This got some shrink wrapping. Okay, so I have an idea. I'm gonna pick all the shrink wrap at the same time, but first I need to... Okay, so I solved the other problem, but the question is, do we want these to push the other side as well? So this is an interesting question. The automation that I've made through these bond constraints would allow for to have motion on both sides, so it's some sort of... They're more synchrony, and I sort of like that. You see why? It sounds more appealing, but it could create some problems in the animation. But this is not everything, folks, because I can just pose the lips if I don't want the arcades to move. So these are special manipulators. So actually I'm inclined to like this setup. And inversing them can cause some... There is slight difference, yes, who comes first sometimes. Here we don't see. So I'm gonna leave this because I think that they are cool, but that is why... Yes, so but I still need to rename those stuff. So here, yeah, here I needed to make the names because it's one of the left, because these are central bones. So this I'm just gonna add how do you call, harmonious or holistic, yeah, holistic, so whatever, holistic mouth. Whatever that means. Could be harmonious too, but that yeah, so at least that will remind me what this is about. Let's just checking everything. Yeah, so they seem, so this is setup is complete. Let's see the clipping now. So it's happening because when I, yeah, some shapes there will, it's when I pose this bone, right? So why this happens, this shape doesn't follow very well the maybe they started already too close to the on a wrong position. So a lot of this maybe could be solved in the same way I've solved this one, which is aligned to normal. So maybe if I'll have to change the positioning here to align this bone to the, so but that, no, this could be seriously complicated. could cause serious complication. I'm not sure. So should the teeth always be aligned with the... Yeah, so these give some questions to investigate. I don't know exactly how the arcades should behave in relation to the curvature of the face, right? For example, here. Of course I know how it should look, but I don't know to translate it immediately in terms of the armature. And there are some weird deforms there for the... which I don't really understand what's going on the mesh here. Some very crazy no, this is not the right mesh. That is, it's lower. Oh, I see. This doesn't look very well. Let's look just for this one. Yeah, it's not looking also too bad, but yeah, there we go. Let's smooth this out. And this also. Okay, so it's certain that this was an improvement, but if that will be enough, I'm not sure. Still weird. Maybe this is just wave painting, but anyways, let's reset. Let's try again. I'm gonna save. So the clipping. Okay, so the clipping could be solved perhaps with... So I'm gonna ignore the... Let's see, what can we hide here? The clips, yeah, so I'm gonna get these bones here. Control muzzle. No, not the muzzle. Control mouth. Yes, this can be. Okay. So if I pick these ones, let's see by their shrink wrap, I can start trying to move this one. So you see that this immediately would solve everything. However, this is too brutal. This will certainly cause sometimes might cause some, so I cannot push this mesh further sometimes, so that can be complicated, right? I don't have I cannot protrude this, and we don't know how that would behave in other. So why it is trembling? Probably because of this shrink wrapping, I guess. So some stuff shouldn't be happening, but anyways, we're still I'm still gonna investigate those things. The important thing is that for the most part the rig is working. So this shrink wrap, I think, is well, some stuff there are happening even on a regular basis now. I need to find yeah, the culprit for this stuff. I don't remember that happening right in a moment, so yeah, so this value is too much, of course, so let's try to do something instead. Okay, so just picking these ones by color, and this one I'm gonna place a value here for everything, like 0.03 with Alt. Alright, so now these are all the bones here, which are correspondent of the arcade's mesh positionings, right? They have some more limitation. Yeah, I should be looking at these. Click arcades here. Yeah, that will be better. Let's hide the low ones just for now. Let's look at the, yeah, that's good enough. So here I can reset. Yeah, so this trembling is annoying. I'm not sure if this is critical. Maybe it's lacking some subdivision surface on more on the ghost mesh behind, or but the important here my checking is the intersections. Control arcades, okay, so the two layers for the arcades is a bit annoying, so but yeah, let's leave it like that for now. So what I need here is to, okay, so you see that this wasn't enough. But of course this is not just a question of the amount of shrink wrap, is the orientation, how this bone relates to this transform. So this could be the critical aspect here to take into account. Maybe it needs to rotate in a different manner. 0.0, I don't know, let's try to exaggerate, 0.7 here. Let's see what that means. So if I have the lips here, is that any good? Well, you see that this is not too bad. Actually, that value was sort of interesting. It seems to have some good flow, this one, on the posing. So maybe that should be the way to go. What about the orientation? Yeah, I could have this rotation, and then for some reason the mesh doesn't. Oh, it's because it's the bone, it's not the mesh. Alright. So the bone is shrink wrapped, though not the mesh of the teeth. So this is why the mesh can protrude. Okay, so this is interesting. And the other is still behind because it's in the front now, because it doesn't have this amount of powerful inside snap mode of the shrink wrapping. So it's shrink wrapping inside. So let's try. That's this plus this 0.1. Is that too much already? I think that one was the first one we've tried. I try to, no, this is the bottom one, I hope, yes, seems to be the bottom one, so let's ignore the bottom one, I can't even control it. Yeah, I think this is too much, so I think that other values sounded so 0. Let's try 0.06 and see if that is any. So push the lips. Let's test the arcade. Yeah, this seems to be fine. Yeah, this looks good. So I think that's a nice value. Then now let's do the same, but for the, well, how to do that? Well, just pick everything there, and just go here 0.06 with Alt, and there you go. So now every one, maybe for the lower arcade it will be different. Let's save that. So yeah, so something bizarre is happening there, but this is a very radical pose, so many things there are happening. Maybe I have to, I've already identified this problem here, so maybe I'll have to address it with some there is a technique in the Universal Sonic Melt Rig that involves, that I'm not using, that involves a double employing of the. Okay, so you see here that this seems to be a problem of the upper arcade in this position, in this pose. But the cool thing in general, despite some awkward things that are happening here and there, but in principle those values seems to be adequate. So maybe the 0.07 was just slightly better. I see, this allows already for very cool expressions, so this is all that. So if for example we have something we want to do like that and that clips, then okay, no problem, we can manually pose that and obtain some not that one, some favorable results, and right. You tell, right? So this is quite versatile, and so it's first time I do a melt rig so successful, we can say. So that's a good point. I don't think. Yes, I dislike this some shapes that are forming here. It's not that radical. I need to address this in some way. So I was telling, there is a double set of the I think its intention is to improve the quality of this surfing mesh there, of the muzzle on top of the ghost muzzle dynamic, right? Here maybe I never tried here for a while here, but this is So the idea would be, what is this shrink wrap? This is probably old. I'm gonna delete that. Yeah, this was to prevent some clipping, but I think this will be unfavorable. Corrective smooth eyelashes. Do I even? When was that relevant? Yeah, I think this is just more junk. Don't need that. Yeah, no need these corrections. Corrective smooth muzzle. Oh, that's an interesting point now. Yeah, because this can help the... If it doesn't destroy the shapes of the muzzle, if that can sort of fix some... Yeah, but then it's shrink wrap. So actually this shouldn't go here, but in the other one. In the muzzle go straight. Let's try that. So that will be shrink wrapping on the other. Let's try to shrink wrap her. No. Correct is smooth, so let's turn that off. And actually even it's... Yeah, they don't need that. And yeah, not sure about everything. We're gonna delete that from here, but before I'm gonna copy it to the other. So here we go. Make it selectable. I think this is first this one, then the other. Control C, copy modifier. No, it's very dangerous. Copy selected modifiers. Correctly smooth muzzle. So we want the muzzle here, and I want this to be okay, so I have the shrink. No, this is the wrong mesh. Oh, it has everything copied. Yeah, let's load. I think I've saved. And okay, yes, I saved. So here, Shift Control, copy select modifier, just the corrective smooth there. There we go. And should it go after the armature? Yes. And after the subdivision. That's on all the mesh, yes, maybe. Let's reset here. Doesn't seem to be doing anything here. Yeah, it's not doing anything. Maybe it should go. Okay, let's leave a maximum factor here. I think this is wrong, but curiously the muzzle is not following this mesh properly. Yes, it has less subdivisions, so maybe I should change the shrink wrapping limits, right? This doesn't really help. doesn't seem to provide any help to the shapes there. You see, it's very deformed. Let's try to, what if I place this before the armature? No, nothing. Let's try to place it after the armature. Okay, nothing happens. After the subdivision, still not good. Yeah, so this is not this will affect all the mesh if I don't. So this seems to be completely useless here. Maybe I need something else. Let's try a. Let's see, its real point is the mesh there, so maybe it's the subdivision here. Let's reduce that. No. So this is very poor results for the shrink wrapping. I don't remember this particular condition. Shrink wrap muzzle. Alright, so muzzle dynamics. So shrink wrap mod. Let's investigate how is that one. Maybe there are some problems with this vertex group. Okay, I have the muzzle. So it's this one. This one can delete. Gonna save here because we're making progress. Let's check this corrective smooth. I could try again a corrective smooth on this one, but no. Okay, I want to check this wave paint here. It seems to be accurate. Yeah, it's strong on all mesh, so it's just struggling on some shrink wrapping positions. So it's not the vertex group, it is the it's not exactly the subdivisions, it's this thing. So outside surface, so what if you do outside? So outside means that the mesh of the face, it can protrude, or even the lips, right, whatever. So if I have a controlled muzzle, for example, I can do that. But that we'll be able to do anyways, because yeah, let's delete. I still want to test this out. Oh, hold on. Shrink wrap muzzle. I think it's after the subdivision, folks. Let's check this out. Yeah, it's a little better in some aspect. Some strange shading artifacts, but let's try. I don't know. I shouldn't do that in this. Yeah, so that sort of might solve some stuff, but I don't want this. Let's try to use this thing here on the also after the subdivision or after the shrink wrap. No. Yeah, this will yeah, it indeed can smooth, but that seems very disruptive. But yeah, it's an there might be other modifiers that can do better job here than this. I have to investigate, but yeah, I'm gonna delete this one for now. So outside surface, above surface, on surface, no, okay, outside surface. So I can still do that, so that matters, and this is because of how the rig works. No surprise here. Let's see if the outside gives any difference regarding those features here. Yeah, the mesh goes a little more, but that's not important. It's already doing it anyways. What matters is what happens here. I can push this. No, I cannot push this because of course this bone is, some bones here are shrink wrap. I need the tweak. I need the control mouth, tweak lips, not the tweak arcades. Yeah, I need this. So as you can see, for the lips I can have this sort of things. Anyways, what I need to check here, yes, I'm assessing the shapes of here. As the mouth does stuff like that, we have this very bad shape that forms there for some reason. Oh, maybe this is because of these bones which are not following. Yes, it's because of these bones that which do not have shrink wrapping. So these control bones, they are sort of, their origins are there, but this still is causing. Okay, let's turn off the shapes just to check. If I pick those bones only, can I fix that shape? Apparently yes. So indeed these bones are responsible for these. So the problem is that they are already shrink wrapped. So why they are following this bone? So why this is happening? Of course, that happens on some highly exaggerated positions. So this bone is in place. It's not as it is not in place. So it could be the other bones. Yeah, so it could be that these bones need a shrink wrapping feature. I haven't tested that, so the tweak bones. So I have to, let's do this in the same. Okay, so I already know this is not something related necessarily to, this is not a problem of the mesh shrink wrapping here. is because the bones, the deformed bones, are countering that, or the tweak bones actually, which carry the of the lips, which carry the mesh of the, and the mesh of the lips, right, it affects the mouth surroundings. So this is why this is they have wave painting there. So let's continue.
É o YouTube sem anúncios com o YouTube
Soundtrack
Music
here.
no seu app. Teste por mês grátis.
Alright, sorry, let's go back here. So I was addressing, so there's a good point about that, and that is I don't have to be changing stuff here too much. Let's leave it outside surface for now. Not changing this offset in any ways. Let's just leave it. If I get something like that, yeah, I already have huge variation on the mesh, which I don't want, so let's leave it like that. Save. I think I don't need to be looking at this. And this ghost static mesh, I did it for another purpose. Now it's completely useless. I'm going to delete. I was thinking on some additional feature, but apparently that won't be required, so we don't want to be showing this, nor do we want to select, nor neither, of course, this should be disabled on the rendering. Alright, so I know what's going on. So it was not the shrink wrap modifier, it's because of the mesh of the lips. They are getting inside because themselves they don't have, so they are following up the curvature here, but they don't respect the curvature of the face. They enter, you see how these bones get inside. So this is dangerous, but if I do this with a tiny amount of shrink wrapping feature, then this should be safe to do. So this one, of course, this shrink wrapped the inside of the muzzle ghost. So this is the different process. I can, of course, copy. Yeah, let's copy from this one, outside surface, except that copy. Okay, let's do like this then. I don't stand these colors anymore. I need to change this. So these are tweak lips. They are nearly control bones. So let's try to. What can I do here? Yeah, I need something that is more appealing here. Colors. Maybe these? No, these are. Yeah, let's use these ones, and for the sides, and for these ones, even these ones maybe, and these ones maybe I use this vibrant color. These are usually used on the deformed bones. So. Now let's do these to be these, and these ones to have this vibrant color. But then, do we have any variation here? Yeah, so I'm out of ideas here, so I'm just gonna make these ones larger, maybe. That's all. No, it's always a bad idea to have two big bones like that. So Okay, they are side bones. Let me just skip there. This color will make for me too similar to the other, so let's leave them. That at least I see they are very important. Alright, so let's bring this to copy this. No, let's do all at the same time. Plus this, then here, Ctrl C, copy select constraint, I do the string wrap, of course everything goes wild. Let's unselect this one, and no, it wasn't unselected, now it is. No, what's going on? Okay, it was impossible to unselect that bone. Okay, turn that off. And as we can see, let's put it outside so I can still push them. Outside if I want. Does that make any difference? Yes, it does from the rest pose. So this is dangerous. This will change my rest pose in a very complicated way. I have to sort of reset these positions. Yeah, this is how much it is changing. It's very bad. So changing I have to find, if I don't want to change their positions, yeah, what changes that I've already found their not ideal position, but I already sort of calculated that with some degree of precision, or where I wanted to shape this rest pose, and then, but besides that there is nothing else. So ideally these bones should be matching on the surface of the lips and not. So this is why when I shrink wrap differently than this one, which also shrink wraps even with align to norm, this one stays in place, but these others won't stay in place. They won't stay in place because no, they're still these ones. Yeah, let's copy also this. Yeah, I think this copy transform is okay. Nothing new here, nothing mysterious. These are just following the control mount up, right? Yeah, so here, in order to avoid this problem, I would have to. So there are two ways, but the lazy way, not so lazy because that's a lot of work, would be to find the, and this will be inaccurate to outside surface, to find the amount here of influence or distance actually, yeah, for each one where this stops affecting. So distance from the no, this needs to be negative, then it's already inside. Yeah, let's try. So yeah, this bone is already inside of the mouth, so this is the mouth region, so it's it will have like inside and I cannot go outside, but the problem is that it will make it go even more inside, right? So a line that will disrupt the, yeah, it will force its align, which is horrible. So I'm not sure here. What I can do is try to, let's try to mimetize everything about this. Yeah, I've already some changes there which are probably bad, because this is not, I think it's the only one that has changed, because this one is outside. Yeah, so so indeed the idea, okay, let's ignore this. Let's see if that's solved. That will force these bones still to snap. If I were to change this to on surface, yeah, everything goes wrong. So it's just inside that will work, like, so I can still, so they are like surfing. Oh no, they can go inside, but they cannot go outside. Yeah, that's it, but they can go inside. So this is crazily limiting. What I really wanted is the outside, which currently is locked. So distance from the inside 0, but they can still move inside, but they cannot move outside, so this is incorrect. However, I could create, for example, a different one, shrink wrap outside. Yeah, actually duplicate this one outside, and I think this won't do any difference, as you can see. Yeah, they are not creating, maybe this is only for the mesh, not for bone constraint. I'll create a middle wall. Yeah, so it cannot go inside beyond this, and it cannot go outside beyond, well, it is locked, so no, it's fake. Let's invert here and see if that changes anything. Yeah, that changes. The order changed. I didn't know about that. I knew that this worked for meshes, but for bone constraints this is Yeah, so I'll ignore that, what's happening here. I will have to yes, okay, so I can test this out and see the results. So let's turn this off first. Let's go to the control mount and get this pose and see the bad things happening for those meshes there. Okay, you see this hole that is forming because of the wave painting of these bones precisely. Let's get them to use the shrink wrap, and nothing seems to happen. They keep inside, of course, so this doesn't do anything. Let's go on surface just to test. Yeah, slight improvement, but this is not sufficient. Outside, then outside we can push and should be able to solve that. Yeah, so maybe this can be solved with okay, so I'm going to ignore this for now, and I'm gonna think of something else. Yes, I could solve that, try to solve that with this repositioning, right? Then I'll try to match exactly on the surface of the mesh. That will be the correct way, but maybe even though an abstraction, because maybe it fails, so I can also attempt to change how this thing is working outside. So this would allow me to push this bone to the outside, despite how bizarre this is. For posing, that creates, that can create a lot of problems, I guess. I can set a limit from outside surface. Okay, that problem arises, the mesh artifacts, yes, and that what really matters here is this. Okay, so it doesn't really solve much on its own, because the bones here, they are still struggling. Yeah, so it's not about this bone so much than it is so here we're gonna leave like that. It's really about those bones, so I need to. So the other idea, of course, is to keep trying to subdivide and reshrink wrap, so double set of this. That's how the universal sonic mount really works. I'm not totally sure. Let's just do that for a little moment. So yeah, in principle I don't want that amount of subdivisions. We see that this doesn't perfectly solve the problem, but it improves at the cost, at the expense of a lot of subdivisions, and of course I don't want that. For me, even one subdivision is already too much. Double shrink wrap I have, or is it first shrink wrap and then subdivision? This I'm not sure right now. No, I think the subdivision. Yeah, actually there's a question about that. Subdivision first, shrink wrap later. Double shrink wrap, interesting. Is the same here. So maybe a double shrink wrap might be able to, if it didn't. Yeah, so this is Dendrils. Rigging is Dendrils, right, folks? So here, organic rigging, right? So unfortunately, this is extremely complicated, but we are getting some very positive results even with in this version. So I still believe there is possibility to get things right, even alright. Let's change the shader of the teeth. I think this just something to improve the. What's going on there is because this mesh has got nothing, just this and a lot of metallic. No, let's not use this for teeth. Let's use maybe glossy. Yeah, it's the metalness which are giving some sort of. Maybe even emission, it seems too dark. Gloss is fine, yeah. Enamel, right? It's some sort of. I don't think this will do any difference here. Backman. Let's leave like this one, the first one, and roughness for me is hard to see with this amount of lighting, but yeah, this is like metal and some sort of thing like about here should be okay. And I can delete that. Maybe emission, I'm not sure that will make much sense. Mix shader. This is cartoonish, so I think it's fine to have an emission in. This is EV also, so I don't think emission should be a problem for the inside of the mouth, right? So That is nice. Should be cool enough here. Okay, seems a good use of the mix shader here. Alright, let's go back. Okay, so there's the melt interior, of course. The teeth are much better now. And also, what should be Alright, let's see, what should I be doing next here? Yes, so let's check my list here. There is, yeah, so haven't done, I think that I should do tomorrow. I need to revise the Pxy-VERSE Day just to see how it was done there. It's a bag, right, basically inside of the mouth. I tend to like the idea of connecting the mesh, but maybe that will cause too much trouble. So the idea of the bag is for cartoon, especially surrealistic mesh, but it's if it works, that's good enough for the shading effects. That's all. That's actually more important than the realistic connections. I think I was just overcomplicating myself with inexperience in professional rigging or especially cartoon rigging. Rearrangement for connect tone. Okay, this is also something important. Solve automation of arcades to mount clips. That we solved that, but there is still something here to relate with, which is that tricky thing. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that tomorrow, so I started that, so that will be the problem is the shrink wrap bone constraint. Yeah, reposition, tweak lip bones, the tweak lip, yeah, the tweak all tweak lip bone for setting rest poses are selected along with matching shrink wrap bone constraint outside. So this shall be, yeah, we know what that needs to do with, I know at least it required to disable deform property of the deformed bones, of course, to manipulate that etc. Yeah, so this is a bit annoying to do, that's why I'm gonna avoid this now and hope that will be enough. And if not enough, then of course I'm gonna really investigate here. Investigate reproduction of some extra techniques of universal sonic mount rig, and this is another rig that I have found. It uses similar techniques, so it's not an update, it's a different version with maybe new effects. So this will require some further investigation. So here the idea is really the real thing that I double shrink wrap and order off and double shrink wrap, how do you call, subdivision surface modifiers, yeah, etc. Other stuff. So here is just really for myself. I need to investigate and see if there's anything that those rigs contains that I can use to improve what I have here. In principle, yes, there are, but I'm not sure they would. I'm not sure how to use them or how good they would be. The important thing is that we have a rig that can be considered a happy rig of mount, right? So the universal sonic mount rig even is being very useful for obtaining this stuff, these qualities, and occasionally I get some specific inputs of my own, but most ideas here are from that. And that's it, folks. I think that will be it for today. So this list is fixed one, the new problems, but very, very close to a great solution. This is already a good solution that I have here, but I need to improve this even more. So thanks for watching, folks. See you tomorrow and take care. Happy blending.